Alright, let's not waste no time here. This is a grizzly bear, a creature that looks like it was designed by someone who thought, let's make a living middle finger to common sense, known to science as Ursus arctos horribilis, which literally means horrible bear. Not big brown bear, not fluffy boy, nope, just straight up horrible. Today we're gonna break down why this furry land tank is the reason I don't trust anything with more body hair than brain cells, why camping in bear country is a bad idea no matter what REI tells you, and why, despite everything, I low-key respect them. Grizzlies are technically a subspecies of the brown bear, meaning they're cousins to other brown bears like the Kodiak bear, which holds the title for the biggest brown bear, and the Eurasian brown bear, which lives over in Europe and Asia. But North America said, let's make ours angrier and more disrespectful. Most grizzlies are found in Alaska, Western Canada, and parts of the US like Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, and sometimes Washington. And let me just say this real quick. If you live in a state where you can run into a grizzly on your morning jog, move. The animal disrespects physics. Average males usually weigh between 400 to 790 pounds. Females, a little smaller, around that 300 to 400 range. But here's the kicker. In the fall, when they're prepping for hibernation, some of them can bulk up to over 1,200 pounds. That's a literal half ton of nope. And they stand up to 8 feet tall when they're on their hind legs, taller than most ceilings in your house. Basically, it's like running into a fur-covered pickup truck with teeth. And despite weighing more than an NBA starting lineup combined, they can sprint at speeds of up to 35 miles per hour. Let's break that down real quick. Usain Bolt, the fastest human alive, tops out at about 27 miles per hour. A grizzly can hit 35 miles per hour on an uneven ground, up hills, through forests, while carrying the equivalent of a vending machine on its back. Meaning if this thing wants you, it's gonna have you. You ain't running, you're just seasoning yourself for his delight. And let's take a moment to appreciate the absolute menace that is the grizzly's anatomy. Grizzlies come stocked with claws that grow up to 4 inches long. That's longer than your average human finger. These claws are curved, thick, and built for digging, whether it's into dirt or you. One swipe of these claws can tear straight through flesh, snap bones, and ruin your entire week in about half a second. Grizzlies also have one of the strongest bite forces in the animal kingdom, roughly around 1160 psi. For comparison, human bite about 160 psi. Lions bite around 650. Hyenas, those little bone-crushing devils, can hit 1100 psi, meaning yes, the grizzly can bite through your bone like it's nothing. There are actually reports of them biting through cast iron skillets, the same kind you probably can't even lift with one hand. And then they got this hump muscle on their back. It's not just fat, that's pure shoulder muscle. Grizzlies have a massive muscle of mass over their shoulders that allows them to dig, climb, and basically deadlift logs like the Trend Twins on pre-workout. It also means they can toss around boulders and roll over full-grown elk carcasses like they're flipping couch cushions. Mother Nature gave this animal a built-in powerlifting belt. And contrary to what you think, grizzlies are actually omnivores. That's right, they'll eat plants, they'll eat animals, they'll eat your lunch, they'll probably eat you too. About 85% of their diet is plant-based though, berries, nuts, roots, grass even. But that other 15%, oh, that's where it gets ugly. They'll hunt deer, moose calves, elk, salmon, and they love salmon by the way. Basically their annual all-you-can-eat buffet. And if they're hungry enough, they'll scavenge carcasses or even pull down adult moose. Fun fact, grizzlies are known to eat over 90 pounds of food per day before hibernation. That's the equivalent of eating 360 Big Macs a day for several weeks straight. And they've been spotted flipping over dumpsters and snatching entire coolers from campsites. If it smells edible, it's gone. If it doesn't smell edible, still probably gone just to be safe. Look, most grizzlies don't actually hunt people. Attacks usually happen because surprise encounters and getting too close to the cubs and people acting like they're at a petting zoo. Between 2000 and 2019, there were 44 fatal bear attacks in North America. Roughly 70% of those involved grizzlies. And when they attack, it's brutal. Unlike big cats who go for the neck to suffocate their prey, grizzlies simply maul you to death. They'll slam you to the ground, bite you, swat you like a piñata, and keep going until you stop moving. Their attack method isn't pretty, it's violence with no finesse. And this one right here shocks people. If you're in bear country, bear spray, aka concentrated mace for bears, is your best bet. Studies show bear spray is effective in 90% of grizzly encounters. Guns, only about 67% effective. And you want to know why upping the pole is not as effective as bear spray? Because when you're panicking with a 1,200-pound freight train charging you at 35 miles per hour, you ain't hitting jack squat. Bear spray though, it creates a massive fog that attacks their lungs, eyes, and nose all at once, overwhelming them. And unlike guns, it doesn't rely on aim. You just spray and pray. Moral of the story, don't try to be Clint Eastwood. Be pepper spray Paul. Every winter, grizzlies straight up vanish from society. They go into torpor, a form of hibernation that's so extreme, it basically makes them biological hackers. Here's what's insane. They don't eat, they don't drink, they don't pee or poop for up to 7 months. 7 months. That's 5 months from a year. Instead, they recycle the waste internally, turning urea into protein to prevent muscle loss. Translation, they basically chill for half the year without losing gains. Meanwhile, I skipped leg day once and I'm out here waddling like a penguin. Grizzly cubs are also born during the hibernation, weighing less than a pound, tiny, helpless little jelly beans. But Mama Grizzly, she's a different story. Female grizzlies with cubs are by far the most dangerous animals in North America. They'll attack without any hesitation if they think their babies are threatened. Most fatal attacks by grizzlies happen because a mama bear was defending her cubs. And here's the scary part. Cubs can stay with their mother for up to 2 to 3 years, meaning she's on edge constantly during that time. If you spot the cubs in the wild, you better hope your life insurance premiums are paid up, cause you gone. Believe it or not, grizzlies aren't just brute force though. They're actually insanely smart. Scientists have found they can remember food locations for years, solve puzzles in captivity, even fake charge people to test reaction speeds. Some experts rank their intelligence up there with primates, dolphins, and even elephants. In other words, they're like furry geniuses who can disembowel you immediately. Let's hit a speed round recap. Top speed, 35 miles per hour. Bite force, 1160 PSI. Lifespan, 20 to 25 years in the wild. Population, 55,000 in North America. Longest claw ever recorded, over 5 inches. Nickname, silver tip bear. Famous relative, the Kodiak bear, aka nature's bulldozer. Every year some tourist somewhere goes viral for taking a selfie with a grizzly. You've seen the videos. Karen in flip-flops walking toward the bear like it's Winnie the Pooh. Chad trying to film a TikTok dance 10 feet from a grizzly. Look, I can't stress this enough. Grizzlies don't care about your Wi-Fi clout. They will turn your vacation into a missing persons case. And you thought it stopped with regular bears. Nope. Grizzlies are close cousins to polar bears, and they've been even known to hybridize. Yep, there's actually a hybrid called the Pizzly bear or Growler bear, basically nature's way of saying, let's combine 2 apex predators and see what happens. These hybrids are stronger than grizzlies with thicker fur and cold weather adaptability. Translation, we might just unlock the final boss of bears. But here's the deal. Grizzly bears aren't evil. They're just playing their role as apex predators. If you leave them alone, they'll usually leave you alone. But if you act like a fool in the wild, you're basically volunteering for the food chain. So respect the grizzly, respect the wild please, and for the love of common sense, stop trying to take selfies with them. But anyways, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and tell me what you think about the new animal content. I'm trying to do something different. And remember, nature don't care about your vacation plans, but it sure makes for a heck of a story. Peace.